Hello, all, and welcome to All Red. We have a lot to talk about on this Wednesday or Thursday, perhaps, if you're in the UK, because a lot of you tend to watch this about 24 hours later. But props to you for doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, first and foremost, I'll call it a small milestone on the channel. 150 subscribers. Thank you very much. That's 150, not 150K. Okay, it's just 150, no K at the end. But 150 subscribers, big deal for the channel. I think we've only been doing this now for like 2.5 months. So thank you all for subscribing and for your support. It means the world. It means the absolute world. What a gauntlet we had yesterday in the Champions League with Man City and Madrid 3-3, and then Arsenal Bayern 2-2. Really good football. Man City Madrid was electric, and it's exactly what we wanted as Liverpool fans, right? It's exactly what we wanted. We wanted those two teams, Arsenal and Man City, to kind of be locked in this intense battle. And I'm sure if you're a Man City or Arsenal fan watching this, you're probably laughing that we're, so concerned with you guys in the Champions League while we are, walking through the Europa League. But hey, that's how it is. That's where we're at. And we do have a vested interest in Arsenal and City and what they do outside the Premier League, because we want those teams to be stretched, and we want them to be putting in difficult shifts in midweek so that they're a wee bit knackered for the weekend. So 3-3 and 2-2, the perfect results from a Liverpool perspective, because those second legs are going to be absolutely insane. City will be at the Etihad, which will be good for them, and then Arsenal have to go away to Bayern. And honestly, right now, I'm more concerned with Arsenal. I'm more concerned with Arsenal in the Premier League, probably because they are top of the league, and they've just had no indication of letting up, apart from the draw at City, which was, I think, a good result for them. But I'm a little bit more concerned with Arsenal at this point, because it's in their hands. It really is. It's in their hands, and we want to see some drop points there. They do have some very, very difficult matches coming up. They've got Villa, they've got United, they've got Tottenham, which I think Tottenham could probably be the most difficult fixture for them remaining, because of the history there. It's a derby. And so anyways, enough about that. Let's talk about real quick, real briefly, Amorim. We haven't really touched on him at all on the channel, partly because it still seems like there's speculation. It hasn't, I don't think it's quite been officially announced yet. So I don't really care about rumors a whole lot. That's for summertime. And there's so much going on right now. I want to focus on where we're at in the season with the Premier League and with the Europa League. But Amorim, at some point, we'll talk about that. A quick take, great signing, best available, and we'll leave it at that. Hopefully they can get the deal done. I trust Michael Edwards, and honestly, I don't know any more than you do. And anybody that says they do, they're lying to you. So, all right, Atalanta, first leg at Anfield. This is going to be a fun one, because we touched on this a couple weeks back with Kenny Smith. Is it Kenny Smith? I think that's his last name. Sorry, Kenny. We touched on this a couple weeks ago. We did a way too early preview of this tie. And basically, Liverpool will be looking in the mirror at another team that is just, high intensity, high octane, gegenpress. And this is going to be a test of who can break the press better. And it'll be a test of who can be more clinical in finishing. I think Atalanta will have plenty of chances to score. I think Liverpool will have plenty of chances to score. And so I think the one way that Liverpool will succeed and will win against Atalanta across two legs, the one way, here's the one thing they need to do. They need to finish. They need to finish. Okay. We saw this against Sparta Prague. Liverpool finished. They were clinical. What did they score? Like 11 goals, 12 goals across two games. That is the type of finishing that Liverpool should be doing with the amount of chances they create, with the amount of shots they get off. They should be scoring 5 goals a game. And that's what they have to do against Atalanta. I don't know if Atalanta scores more than 1 goal at Anfield, but they will be scoring, as long as it's not 5-6 to 1 in Liverpool's favor. If it's a close tie, hey, if it's 3-1, if Liverpool win 3-1 at Anfield and go to Atalanta, I expect that to be a dogfight. I expect that to be a tough game where Atalanta is probably going to score multiple goals because that's their style of play. They score. They are a very good offensive team. So Liverpool need to put away chances early. They need to limit, obviously, the early chances that we've come to know and love. We let in goals within the first 15 minutes of games. Let's not do that, guys. Please, 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 please. But the one thing they need to do, and this probably sounds really obvious, but it's true. Liverpool need to finish. I'm talking to you, Darwin Núñez. I'm talking to you, Lucho, if you start. I'm talking to you, Mo Salah. Okay? You guys need to finish. Okay? Finish your meals. Finish your dinner. All right? It's going to be electric. Anfield European nights are the best. The best. And it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun tie. I mean, two teams that play electric, high-octane, gegenpressing football. It's going to be really entertaining. I mean, just from a football standpoint, it's going to be an entertaining two-leg tie. Let's talk about who starts in this one. There's a lot of positives for Liverpool, a lot of returning injured players, the likes of Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Diogo Jota, and the ones who've already returned like Curtis Jones. I don't expect any of those former three, Alisson, Trent, or Jota, to start in this one. And I don't even know if they're available. We'll see. But real quick, let's just run through a starting 11. It's Kelleher still in goal. And by the way, if there's any question mark, Alisson walks back into this team. Alisson, do you sit the best in the world at a moment like this, when you have 7 games left in the Premier League? You're 4 matches away from the Europa League final. You don't sit the best goalkeeper in the world when he is fit. When Alisson is back from injury, he walks back into this team. And that's not a knock on Caoimhin Kelleher. Caoimhin's been absolutely world class. But Alisson Becker walks back into this team, no doubt. There's no question. Just stop it. If you're asking that question, just knock it off. Okay. Who's going to start on the back line? I think Virgil van Dijk starts every single game we have left in this campaign. No question. Maybe if one of these Europa League games is skewed and we're up by 4 or 5 goals going into a second leg, maybe he doesn't start. But he's our captain. I think he wants to see this out. I think he wants to be in there for every minute of every game remaining in this campaign. I think Konate starts alongside of him. I think Klopp, we've seen him maybe to a fault put out his best 11 in these last few months. And I think he's going to do that here. So I think it's Konate and Virgil, and then it's Bradley and Robertson on the outside. We need to have a conversation about Trent Alexander-Arnold too, because before his injury, he was he was electric. I mean, he was by far our best option on the back line for right back, and a lot of people were saying he is the best right back in the world, just because of his insane levels of attacking from that position. Don't forget, he scored at the Etihad to earn a point there, and he was just so dynamic before that injury. So, does he walk back into the team? Yeah, I think so. And I think he gives Klopp a lot of flexibility because we saw Klopp before that injury. We saw him start Trent in the right back position. And then, 65 minutes, the 65-minute mark, he would move him into that midfield to just give some different dynamics later in the game. And we saw that was really interesting. That was working. So I think Trent does come back when he's back up to game speed. I think he is our starting right back, but he's not there yet. So Bradley starts, and again, not a knock on Bradley. He's been great, but I think we need Trent Alexander-Arnold back, similar to Andy Robertson. I made a video on this last week where we need Andy Robertson in the team. You saw, I think against Sheffield, when Robertson came in midway through the second half, our dynamic changed. Our attack flourished. Joe Gomez has done great, but he is not able to supply our front three like Andy Robertson is. Same thing with Connor Bradley. He's made some amazing passes. He's had some great runs, but he is nowhere near the level of Trent Alexander-Arnold passing and feeding that front line. And I think we've missed that. Not to say we haven't had chances. We've had plenty of chances, but there's just a different dynamic. The other team, the opposing team, has to be much more honest when Trent Alexander-Arnold is in the game. So it's my back four. I think maybe a little bit of a hot take here. I think Curtis Jones starts this one. I think he's ready. Again, when we saw him come in, I think it was against United or was it against Sheffield? I can't remember, but when he came in, it was like, oh, breath of fresh air. Not that our midfield's been bad, but Curtis Jones just brings a different level of mentality, a different level of attack, a different level of poise in that midfield. Poise, I think, would be a good word to describe Curtis Jones. So I think Curtis Jones starts. I think it's Szoboszlai who takes a breather here. And I think it's Endo and McAllister alongside of him. That could be seen as maybe a more defensive-minded midfield. Because, Curtis Jones, we've seen he's able to defend. Maka obviously has played in that six role, and then Endo is just the natural six there. But, I think that gives us a good balance of, fighting the counterattacks, breaking the press too. I don't know if this is a hot take. I think Curtis Jones is one of our best players at breaking high presses. His ability to hold the ball, make those incredible turns, receiving the ball from the defense and turning, he's really good at that. Gini Wijnaldum-esque, if you will. And I think he would be a better fit to start against this Atalanta side than a Szoboszlai would. Szoboszlai was looking dangerous against United. And he was a little wasteful, and I am not doubting his talent. Szoboszlai is incredible. Bring him in midway through the second half if you need to, but I think Curtis Jones starts. And we don't really need to talk about Endo or Maka. If Endo's not ready to go, I don't know why he wouldn't be, but if he's not, then I think Maka will slot into that six, and then, hey, maybe Szoboszlai or Gravenberch gets in there. Our front three, I think Klopp might rest Lucho in this one. I could be wrong, but I'm kind of thinking Salah, Nunez, Gakpo for a front three. I don't know why. Lucho's been just playing his heart out and been playing a lot of minutes. And I think Gakpo showed that he's ready to come back and supply some goals. So I think that's it. Again, the one thing Liverpool have to do to move past Atalanta across 2 games, they have to finish. They have to finish. I'm looking at you, Salah. I'm definitely looking at you, Darwin. And hey, I don't think we've had an issue scoring goals in the Europa League this year. But we also haven't played a Europa League fixture in a month. So hey, get back on track, score some goals. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. Oh, and one more thing, up the Reds.
Thanks for watching this all red clip. If you liked the video, click the like button and comment below. Let me know something about whatever it is you want to say. And of course, consider joining the All Red community by subscribing to this channel. It's fast, it's easy, it's free, and it's all red. And you're welcome to stay here and keep watching this video as long as you like. But I actually need to go. So thank you. I'll see you later.